Guys, they said Queen Naomi's mother have cried out for help over this news. You know that you won't blame her. You won't blame her because it is only a tree that will hear that they are going to cut him down and the tree will be there. Anytime any human being hears that these people want to buy me or buy my daughter or buy my child, even if that child have power to stop it, the child must make a move, you know. So I don't blame Queen Naomi's mother if she cries for help, because according to her, she said that is this where her daughter is going to go back to? That Kabiyesi need to do something, no? That this is this is not something that Kabiyesi should joke about, oh. I don't know, maybe that's the reason there is another decision by Kabiyesi, because you cannot tell me that this woman will just fold her arms, keep quiet with all this kind of news that a cow head was buried inside her daughter's chambers. Not only that thing that it was buried there, they said when the Ifa priest, they said Kabiyesi employed about Ifa priest, that when they came to dig it out, they digged and digged and digged and dig. It was very deep inside the ground, and they said it was in her kitchen. They break ties. You can imagine that. And the way they break the ties and bury this thing, they said, even if unless you have the spiritual eyes, even if you are very observant, you can never know that they did anything there, because they have to dress it very well. The thing became normal, became as if it is the same. You cannot even make a trace it if not for spiritual intervention, if not for spiritual eyes, if not that Iyamifa said that that thing was there. They said they looked for it everywhere, they could not find it. Iyamifa have to tell them on the phone to go to their shrine and summon her spiritually, let her come and guide them. You can imagine that. A lot of spiritual, as in, I don't know how to put it, the thing is too much, oh. It is too much if all of this information we are hearing is true. It was when Iyamifa came that he started directing the Ifa priest. Those Ifa priests self, sometimes I don't know what to say. Because sometimes these things, they big pass them. Because none of them could say that that thing is here or is there, if not for the Iyamifa that was directing them. And they say when they were digging this thing, if you see deep down on the earth where these people dig this thing, and I ask myself, when was these people digging this thing and nobody saw them? Is it just that night that they dig up to that ground? Because it was the one night they said the whole palace there was darkness in the whole palace, that they off the generator that the palace is using. Because this period that there is always rainfall, the solar, because the palace is using solar, the solar was not working. The only generator they are using, they off everything that night. And I asked myself, is it just that one night that they dig up to that deep? Because they said the thing was very, very deep. And the funny part of it, the part that frightens this woman that she started raising alarm, is that they said the head of the cow have started growing human hair. Human hair, you know. Hey, they say the thing is growing human hair. What kind of juju is this, my people? Juju get power, but the power of God is bigger than all of them. They said at that point, Queen Naomi's mother have to raise alarm, telling Kabiyesi, I don't want anything to happen to my daughter. Oh, I don't want anything to happen to my daughter. Oh, I don't want anything to happen to my grandson. Oh, yay! And they said Kabiyesi assured her that nothing is going to go wrong. Maybe that's the reason why Kabiyesi have decided that if these people think that they are going to frighten Queen Naomi's mother, because you know that Queen Naomi's mother is very close to Queen Naomi, and I believe that if she advised Queen Naomi not to go back to that palace, Queen Naomi will agree to that. Even, I'm not trying to say that Queen Naomi does not have a decision of her own, no, but we do know that her mother is her backbone. Her mother is her major supporting system. So if the mother cry to her and tell her, my daughter, please don't go there because of this, because of that, I'm sure she will listen to her mother. And Kabiyesi, knowing fully well that his mother-in-law is capable of stopping Queen Naomi from returning due to the whole kind of news that we are hearing. Maybe that's why Kabiyesi have decided that if Queen Naomi comes back to the palace, that she is going to move in with him, stay in his chambers until they were able to sort out things, until they were able to get a better place for her. Because before now, we have been hearing in the news that he is going to build a house for Queen Naomi, a house that will be closer to his own chambers, so that he will be able to take care of Tadenikawo, and Queen Naomi will be closer to him. So maybe that it could be that Queen Naomi's mother's, it was her cries that she is afraid of what these people can do to her daughter. You know that Queen Naomi too, she's not a troublesome person. That is why she made it clear that she is not returning back to the palace unless the women leave the palace. Now that they have left, they want to come and they plant something that will chase her out of the place. You know? And they said the woman has been telling Kabiyesi, oh, Kabiyesi, don't allow anything to happen to my daughter. Oh. But I know that God is on, how will I put it? God is on his throne. He is watching everything. And I'm sure he will never allow any evil to befall Queen Naomi. You know, but the mother have to cry. A mother will always be a mother. No matter how brave your child is, when anything evil is coming closer to your child, you start panicking. You start calling on God. You start calling on anybody that you think that can help the situation so that nothing will happen to your child. Because if anything happened now, it has happened. There is nothing anyone can do to change or turn the hands of time. But my prayer is that nothing is going to happen. So, now they said the woman have been crying. A lot of people have been advising Queen Kabiyesi that this is not the best time for Queen Naomi to return back to the palace. That there are a lot of things that he needs to put in place. And the thing is that somehow, if you ask me, I will say it's better that Kabiyesi divorce these two women. Because we do know that at the end of the day, don't be surprised, at the end of the day, they will be part of this plan. Even though they said those guys that were arrested, they have refused to call names. They have refused to say who sent them. So, Kabiyesi needs to kind of divorce them. Because I believe that if he divorced them, they will not have access into the palace, either at night or in the day. Because as long as he is still married to them, there is no how he can stop them from coming into the palace. And if they come, he might not be able to monitor them to know what they are doing or what they are plan to do. And I believe by so doing, if Queen Naomi return back to the palace, she will be safe. Yes, so even that Kabiyesi's chamber that he's saying that Queen Naomi should move in, the only thing is that Queen Naomi is a prayerful child of God. So for that reason, we should not panic. But even at that, her safety is also needed. So even that chambers, sometimes these people used to appear into Kabiyesi's chambers. We have not heard such story before. Anyways, the thing is that they said the woman is crying, telling Kabiyesi, save my daughter. Don't allow anything to happen to my daughter. I don't want story that touches the heart. And my prayer for her is that nothing will happen to her daughter. If it is God's will that this is the time, this is the right time for her to enter her husband's house, nothing will stop it. Then if it is not the will of God, we know that at the end of the day, she will still enter into that palace, because that is where she belongs. But it is only God in heaven that knows when it will happen. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget that these are all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye. I love you guys.